Hello Year 7 and welcome to today's lesson. For retrieval practice, in your books, write down what the rules are for a still image. Pause the video here for students to answer this in their books. And here are the answers. Make sure you have each of these in your books. No moving, no talking, clear facial expressions, facing the audience and different heights, as well as no blocking. Pause the video here to check answers. This term we are going to be exploring Cinderella script and character. You will look at different scenes from Cinderella and get to know the characters a little bit better. Lesson outcomes. What? Create a series of still images focusing on physical skills. Why? To show what a character is like, what the relationships are like, what the characters are feeling through their non-verbal communication. Task. In pairs, discuss what you think is meant by the following physical skills: body language, gait, posture, gesture, and facial expressions. Can you provide a brief definition? You can use your knowledge organizer and paraphrase. This means putting the definitions into your own words. This activity is an oral activity, therefore you do not need to write down the answers. Pause the video here to allow students time to complete this task. And here are the answers. Body language. How a person uses their body to communicate how they are feeling. 2. Gait. How narrow or wide a person's stance, their legs and shoulders, is to show their level of confidence, i.e., the more confident a person is, the wider their gaits tend to have. 3. Gesture. Hand or head movement to back up dialogue or to be used instead of dialogue. For example, thumbs up to say something is good. Posture. How tall a person stands or sits. For example, hunching or standing tall with the head held high. 7. Facial expressions. How a person uses the muscles in their face to show how they are feeling. For example, frowning to show that they are sad. Class discussion. What happens in Cinderella? Pause the video here to discuss. And here is the outline. 1. Cinderella's father remarries and her stepmothers and sisters treat her as a slave. 2. Everyone is invited to a ball, but Cinderella is told that she can only go if she finishes all the jobs in the house. 3. Cinderella finishes her jobs but realizes she hasn't got anything to wear. A fairy godmother comes to help. 4. Cinderella goes to the ball, meets the prince. When the clock strikes 12, she runs away, losing her slipper. 5. The prince tries to find the person the slipper fits, as he wants to marry her. 6. The prince tries the slipper on all females. When Cinderella enters, she tries it on and it fits. 7. They all live happily ever after. Task. Using the outline provided, create a series of still images. You must think about your use of posture. Remember, no talking. Your use of gait. You must face the audience. No moving. Use a range of levels. Use body language to show how you're feeling. Use facial expressions to support this. Hand gestures. And remember, no blocking. If you are a non-performer, copy this grid into your book. Draw images depicting, showing what is happening in each scene. Then use the structure to put them as captions underneath the pictures. Differentiation and challenge. Now that you've rehearsed your pieces, you may want to think about narrating your still images using vocal tone and expression to show how your characters are feeling. Add stepping out to show the audience what your characters are thinking. Add placards, which are signs to show what your character might say, or use split staging to show different locations. Pause the video here and continue rehearsing. Performance and evaluation. As an audience, you should be sitting as a quality audience, which means in silence. You must be thinking about the questions on the screen. What was successful about the performance? What gestures were used? How and why? How many examples of gait can you recall being used? Why? What did the use of gait tell the audience about the characters? What postures could you identify in the performance? How was each posture used? What does this tell the audience about the character? And what do you think could be added, changed, or developed to improve the performance? Remember, when you are answering the questions, you must answer in full sentences using the appropriate terminology.